bad yesterday, the Lord wants you to say you're sorry today and just do better tomorrow.
Point is that after making a mistake, we need to face up to it. We need to tell the truth. That is integrity, telling the truth and honoring promises no matter the consequences.
Call me a
Chad, do you have anything to say?
Call me a Call me a Call me a Let's go. Call me a Call me a Let's go. Call me a 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 Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Oh, tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments.
Basically comes in with that, you know, put it down, you know, script, like, what are you going to do about it? Yeah. And then he just came back, yeah, you shot it. Yeah. Okay.
Call me a Call me a Call me a I don't know how to stop. I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. Wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me. Put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy. I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny. Call me a Call me a Call me a I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Oh, tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way. I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. Call me a Call me a Call me a Call me a I don't know how to stop. I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. Wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me. Put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy. I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny. Call me a Call me a Call me a
JJ, do it. Give me another one. Yeah. So, I guess, can y'all hear me? Hey, y'all. I'm guessing that Cresha got thrown out, but she'll be back. And she's very excited about the things that we have learned this week. And also, here she comes. Here she comes. I'm thinking she's coming back. There she is.
You ever been booted from your stream right when you went live?
That's okay. We were
Whole
here
song?
waiting on you.
Whole song played out, and then I was like, where's it at? Anyways,
All right, then.
same
I'm
shit,
over.
different day. Thank you. Thank you, KJ. Thank you. God dang it, lady. Well, how's everybody doing? It's been so long, right? Yeah. I couldn't look, that little thing back there. It looks like stuff coming out of my head. Like Medusa. Anyways. Hey Carrie. Hey Detective's daughter. Those darn airwaves. I know. I trip over them all the time. Bewitched. How you doing? Hey 1979 ACR. Beach Bomb again. Sorry. A Aguilar. Dolly Q. Janet. Angela Davidson. What's up, girl? Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda. It's been a hot minute, girl. Glad to see you. Elizabeth Grogran says, when the news broke, I immediately thought of Lori Daybell. She was pulled into a dangerous cult just as Ruby was. I'm not excusing. Right. Hi, everyone. VC home for now. Okay. Kavita Diva, what's up? Is this about the Mormon church being involved in the Lori and Chad Daybell case? I always felt they were. 144,000%. Yeah. Hey, Sit and Spin. Oh, hey, Leslie Armstrong. How you doing? Cancel this. Hey, everyone. Smash that like button. Carrie Stewart, how's it going? Donna Donald, what's up? Hey, KJ again. Beach Lady, Jean Marie, good evening. Gloria Fritz, so good to see you. Door Opinion, how you doing? And again, thank you, KJ. Thank you, and Mr. Wayne. That was a big fish. He had a big smile on his face, too. You know, that's good. Oh, hey, Janet. I might have already said it a little bit. Hey, a little bit. Samantha. I haven't seen you in a while, Samantha Mustard McDowell. It's good to see you, too. Yeah. You know, I'm not prepared for this. You know, I'm never prepared. I always, like, I have it, and then I'm like, I freak out. So I need like a organizer, a manager. I don't know. I need somebody to put my ass in line. So, okay. KJ, what she did earlier was she blew my mind. That's what's wrong. My mind went, okay. Yeah. That's another big piece to this freaking fracking puzzle that's pretty big. And, you know, they're going to mess up somewhere with as much cover up as there is. In my opinion, this whole video, this whole channel is my opinion. And you can take it as entertainment purposes only. You can take it as just, this is me just sounding off, you know. It's not fact. I'm not accusing, just pointing out the obvious. Things that I've worked on for 4 years, connecting dots, trying to figure out who's who in the zoo, because they don't come right out and tell you. How about that? They done goofed, huh, Robbie? Yes. Bullseye. Personally, I believe Ruby and Jodi are secret lovers. I do. If I had to speculate, yeah. I need Jen. I'm like, that one for sure. Jodi for and the other one, I don't know. She might just be really confused. I have no idea what's going on. I know that they are twisted, demented people. This is my theory. I was looking at the Reddit snark. I'm sorry, 8 passenger snark on Reddit early this morning. And I was reading a thread of comments, and it said, you know, is this you have the whole Mormon debate again, you know, is the Mormon church involved? Who's to blame? Da 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 da. Same repeat, because it's going to continue to repeat until those that are purporting this are held responsible, held accountable. Okay. So that's just how I feel. And so in their comments, it said something like they were kind of going back and forth. And then, nothing bad. And they said, one of them said, is it just a Mormon thing where, or is it just a new thing that Mormons are doing, duct taping their children? And I was like, and here's my cue, right? So I get to typing. And that's when my brain it kind of locked it into place. KJ, I'm going. So my screen always darkens for some reason. So, and it doesn't make too much sense, but I put, my nephew JJ was found buried in his mom's boyfriend at the time backyard, bound in an abundant amount of duct tape. During Lori's trial, there were text exchanges between Chad Daybell, Lori VALLOW, Daybell, and Melanie Boudreaux-Pulowski of, quote, turning up the pain levels on the children. Tylee and JJ weren't lucky enough to have escaped from their wacko mother and all of her wacko friends, who were all, in my opinion, willing participants in the children's sacrifices. Which made me think that I can't help but wonder, and this is where I went, this is where it kind of aligned for me. I can't help but wonder if that boy and his siblings were in some really serious danger of being sacrificed as well. It is purge season, and I know this because the time of the year, there are certain religious ceremonies that take place, rituals, and Tylee and JJ were part of that. And every time that there is a general conference, which is coming up, purge season, right? April and like October. Yeah. And every time they do that Hosanna shout with the white cloth, just know that that's some child that was sacrificed. That, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to prove it to you. That's not up for me to do. Not up to me to do. I don't really know it myself. But it just resonates in my soul. Every time a new temple is dedicated, I do believe that's what takes place. And this is real. This is real. I said it is purge season. Sorry, but damn, And there's an obvious alarming trend of people, Mormons, who are associating pain with children. Children becoming zombies, being removed as obstacles. Oh, plus the whole thing with Mormon therapists who seem to be in every single one of these circles. Everyone. And for example, in this circle is Thomas Harrison, Visions of Glory. Spencer. Okay. And I'm going to show you that real quick. Allegedly. No, I really am. Wow. I don't like it when it starts like that by itself. I have so many tabs open for real. So I wish they would just, I just hope I wonder if that didn't open because, oh, here it is. Okay. All right. Let me go share my screen real quick. Okay. Oh, hell. Look, hold on. I got to find it in my thing now. It is. Today, Junior, huh? Let me just see. Yep, that's it. The one that doesn't have a name. All right. So I had ran across this, and it's just a snippet. This is Tim Ballard. Tim Ballard is Operation Underground Railroad. He was Operation Underground Railroad. He stepped down. He's the founder of Operation Underground Railroad. And right whenever The Sound of Freedom, the movie, that's raking in all the money because it sends a really good message. It's just not from he's not a nice guy, in my opinion. I'm not going to do the comparison thing because I don't want to confuse anybody. So this is Tim, and this is when things started to click for me.
Times that I served, times that
Hopefully y'all
others
can
served
hear
me.
it.
And all of a sudden, as I just thought about those moments in my life, I was filled with something that I recognized. It was the same thing I recognized when I had gotten off on the freeway, off the off-ramp, to go visit this little boy. I felt optimism. I mean, I was in tears. I was just like floating. I felt like I wanted to go run a marathon from his house. I was like, what is this? I felt optimism. I felt courage, unity, these amazing things. I said, what is this? He says, Tim, it's a chemical reaction. It's a chemical. When you give, when you serve, your brain actually releases these amazing chemicals, oxytocin, dopamine, endorphins, serotonin. And it's what, and if you're a spiritual person like he is, he says, these are the chemicals God puts in your body that opens up the heavens, that helps you to get past the physical and into the spiritual. But whether you believe that or not, the reaction, the fruit of this is real. So I wanted to do my own research on it, and I found a brain specialist, one of the people that helps us heal the brain of the children who have been traumatized. His name's Tom Harrison. And this is what he says, his research. The research is conclusive. Through ongoing acts of service, charity, thoughts of kindness, and gratitude, the brain releases a powerful cocktail of chemicals, which include oxytocin, endorphins, dopamine, and others. These chemicals, in turn, produce in the recipient positive benefits, which produce higher levels of achievement, increased creativity, positivity, optimism, and unity. Why are these fruits so important? Because you can't teach these things. In your home, to your children, in your businesses, to your employees. Can you go to your employee and say, all right, be creative? I mean, you can say it. Be optimistic. Be a unifier. Be a team unity. You can say it all day long. But how do I do it? How do I be creative? How do I just do this? You do it by creating the environment in which service is prominent, is paramount. You encourage your people, your family, to serve others. This is why Tony Robbins is always saying the secret to living is giving. That's his life mantra. And that's why he gives so much, because he'll tell you, I receive way more than I give. I get all these amazing fruits. And as I learned this principle, I began to apply it more in my operations. Let me give you an example of an operation where this principle worked for me. It was one of the very first operations we did at OUR. What had happened was I had done a training as a government agent in Bogota, Colombia, trained a bunch of Colombian agents on how to infiltrate child trafficking rings. And I was tired of the training that I'd been doing, the same check the box training that I'd done so many times. I don't think anyone was listening. And so when the State Department minder left the room, I shut down the laptop and I said, we're not doing the training that I was supposed to do. we're going to do a real case. We're going to take 3 days and plan an operation and rescue children. So we decided, I asked them, where are the kids being hurt? Where are the kids being trafficked? They said, Cartagena, Colombia. Why? Sad commentary on our country, because that's where the Americans come in on their cruise ships. Because the United States is the #1 consumer of child pornography and child sex in the world. So we are the clients. And so as such, they said, Tim, we need you to come undercover. We need you to bring a bunch of American guys who can play the role of the American sex tourist and infiltrate these trafficking rings. I said, yes, let's do it. I was ongoing, and this is real. So I wanted to do my own research on it, and I found a brain specialist, one of the people that helps us heal the brain of the children who have been traumatized. His name's Tom Harrison. And this is what he says, his research. The research is conclusive. Through ongoing acts of service, charity, thoughts of kindness, and gratitude, the brain releases a powerful cocktail of chemicals, which include oxytocin, endorphins, dopamine, and others. These chemicals, in turn, produce in the recipient positive benefits, which produce higher levels of achievement, increased creativity, positivity, optimism, and unity. Why are these fruits?
All right. So, yeah, there's a lot of projection here. And it's the same, in my opinion, it's the same behavior. It's the same like-minded patterns that that we see in the church. Which, anyways, is to me, in my opinion, what's the purpose of these clips? I don't know. For entertainment purposes only. Anyways, so I'm going to bring KJ up. Are you ready, KJ? Please share what you found today. Let me fix my screen layout.
Well, if I'm going to speak, I'm going to talk.
Go for it. Oh, I have the things turned off. Okay, hold on. Go for it.
First of all, I just got to tell you, when I hear this type of, I don't know if he's considering himself an inspirational speaker,
Right.
or if he's got the freaking answer or whatever it is. I'm telling you right now, when the hell is anybody going to speak for themselves in this life?
It's true. It's true. When you try, you have people come in and chisel at you.
Well, did he say, let me give you some advice or whatever, to kind of set it up? No. He's speaking like he wants to stand out there and have authority on other people. Well, I'll guarantee you this. If somebody gives that damn guy some authority, that's on them.
Exactly. He's very connected to this case. I mean, Tim Ballard spoke at the same conferences. There was, and I don't have this vetted out. I never have been able to nail it down, but Melanie Pulowski, it is alleged, it is rumored from a long time ago that, oh, hold on. Patty and Pink just said something. I'll come back to that. Let me just put a star on it. What was I saying? It's not easy.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. Robin Bannister says, where the hell was Tim Ballard when everyone was searching for Tylee and JJ?
Where was the church with their big platform? Where?
I mean, if you can pay for buckets of food, you can send a freaking search crew out with your billions of freaking dollars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. And it baffles me. It hurts me. It pisses me off that this church, that my uncle Tylee, JJ, Tammy, Joe even converted. Nobody has said their names. Nobody has mentioned them. They
Well,
don't
why
exist.
would they? Why
Exactly.
would they?
Isn't
Huh?
that
Why would
suspicious?
they?
But isn't
Because
that
they are
suspicious?
the freaking masters of freaking distancing yourself from your own personal responsibilities.
And so monkey see, monkey do. It's a learned behavior. It's projection. That's what's going on. They project. You're not supposed to. There's a clip out there of President Oak saying, you don't criticize the church, even if the criticism is true. What? Are you serious? It's narcissism. And that's why I've been saying since the beginning, when I
There
didn't
has
even
to
know,
be healthy criticism in any
Oh, no.
religion,
or any person, period.
because
You can
that
trust anybody.
criticism will help in
Not
areas where humanity falters. I
and
mean,
not just have
are
everybody.
we really gonna say that all of this church is better than everybody else?
I don't think so.
I mean, is that really where is this really getting to this point?
There are people, and I've seen it's happening right now. There's going to be people in this chat. There's going to be people that visit this video later just because they're like, oh, there's a church. What the hell? And it's because the reasoning they're going to say is that I'm hate the church and that I just want to take the church down. Whatever. My thing is, you must hate Tylee and JJ and all these victims because everybody's okay with putting a freaking material building and a temple above human life. The value of no, not on my watch.
Aesthetics, Krisha. It's all about aesthetics.
It's all
It's
skin deep.
all about let's present this image. And don't get me wrong. I think that people should try to be better and do the best we can
But
to
this
see
is
the
different.
beautiful and the lovely
Mm-mm.
and all the beautiful things in life. But the bottom line is when are we going to look at our faults and correct them?
Whenever they actually acknowledge them. Do you see how Lori has not taken any? No one was murdered. Okay. Do you see the patterns here?
Do you
see
not
how
think for a
Jodi said?
second? Do you?
Jodi,
Hey, do you think that Lori believed that?
yeah,
She didn't believe that. What she
yes,
said in her allocution. She's covering. She's
no.
covering for her freaking gherkin. She's covering for whatever else is out there. OKJ is neutral, but I will say this:
Mhm.
I see it. I
Yes.
see the forest through the trees.
I'm so relieved. I'm serious. I'm so relieved. It's scary and it's lonely on the side of it.
Well, I'll tell you this: you can't live in one thing. You can't live in that world that you see. You've got to be able to understand that life is constantly evolving and we've all got to grow and learn and we've all got to live and we've got to deal with our own lives. And not only that, nobody who gives a rat's ass, is it any of my business if someone doesn't agree with me? Get for real. I got enough problems in this world. And these son of a bitches and these dang crazy ass people,
Mhm.
they want to come out here and disrupt people in their communities. Think about Fremont County. Think about what these people have been through. This is outrage.
It is. And you notice the pattern is like, I mean, it's like it's a rapid succession now. It's like these are all kinds of Mormon stories. Is this what's going on? And I mean, a lot of them are from. I mean, I haven't even shown y'all everything. I mean, this is really weird and hard to put together. I had a comment earlier. Somebody said they were worried about me, hoping that I'm getting counseling, therapy or whatever. And I can't afford therapy. So what I do, this is my therapy. And I feel like I should be able to talk It's not my crazy. Just know that I'm not crazy. I have my wits. I have my mind. I might be spaced out sometimes. I might be ADHD. I have ADHD. I'm dealing with people who do not acknowledge that they even did anything wrong. I'm dealing with the loss of family members. I'm dealing with all kinds of other things. It's a compilation, you know? So it worries me too sometimes, honestly. But I won't stop. I can't. I cannot. I don't know how. So I can't just, when this ends, I can't just, go off. That is, I don't have that. I wish sometimes that I could, but I don't. And so I admire that about those who can, It bothers me, and it's bothered me since I found out my uncle was murdered. I wanted to learn more about Mormonism. I wanted to know where Chad and Lori's beliefs differed from the church. They do not. And I think it's even worse than that. And it's going to be a lot that people, I can't just go around saying things, so I do have to kind of beat around the bush, or I feel like I do. I don't know. I don't have an attorney. I don't have legal advice. I don't know what to do. It's the most powerful church in the United States of America. I'm sorry. It's the
honestly,
most.
hey, listen. Let's
Yeah.
stop for a minute. Number one, I don't know what your definition of church is.
That's why I
But
just
I
said,
do,
wait,
but
hold on.
I do know what the body of Christ is.
Right. Not
And
here
here
to
on
dispute
earth,
that.
I know what the body of Christ is.
Right.
And let me just say this, to each their own.
Mhm.
Everyone in the world has a right to believe the way they want to believe. That no one needs to tell them how to do shit if they don't, unless they're like, oh, I'm gonna, you said something to me, so I'm gonna take that in. I'm gonna embrace that. Let me tell you something. We all have a choice. We all have a choice. But I'll tell you, when you get a bunch of like-minded, crazy-ass people together, I'm telling you now, as I am talking to you tonight, it disturbs communities. It doesn't help the situation at all for others that don't see it that way.
Right.
And I'll just tell you, I don't like this whole concept of power over power.
Mhm.
I don't. I think it's dangerous.
It's very
I
dangerous.
think that everybody should respect authority. I think we need to follow the laws of the United States of America.
Mhm.
Or if you're in another part of the world, whatever laws apply, man, just walk
Right.
away. Don't break the freaking laws, right?
Yeah. Don't murder. Don't abuse no kids. Just sweep her on your porch. Just right. Don't project your problems onto other people.
Right.
Um.
But you mix that in with freedom of religion.
And
And all I'm saying
taking
is that
advantage of it,
the
It's
United States of America is a freaking experiment. We've been in existence for a while. I don't see anything biblically that says that the United States of America isn't going to be around. I think that God Almighty, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit would let us all know. Of course, there are always people out here that want to interpret, oh, this means the United States of America or whatever.
hanging
Give
by a
me a
thread.
break. Anybody can say what they want, but it's when you got
Doesn't.
a lot of people
Mhm.
that want to believe that same shit, or at
And
least
they're
embrace
affected.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's a problem there. There's a problem there.
No, yeah. And so that spreads, right? Especially when it's a very concentrated population of people, with the same belief system, and they have their own society. They have their
Well,
own communities. They
it
depend
all
on one
goes
another. It's
back.
really cool, but
Yeah,
it's also
it does go back to statistics, and
Mhm.
statistics can only be reported if you're going to say, yeah,
Oh, no, if you
you know
report
what I'm
them
saying?
at all,
So
if you
what I'm
report
saying
correctly.
is there are a lot of people out here that get it. They understand that there are religions that they need to live in society, and they got to be respectful and civil and
Mhm.
all those things, and treat other people the way you want to be treated to the
Very
best of
simple.
your ability. But I don't think disagreements need to be, uh, points of contention so bad that you don't
Right.
like one another. I just think that when it comes to breaking laws, everybody should agree.
I'm just saying okay, if your family's murdered, not you, just anybody. Like I have this much tolerance now. I've tolerated it for 4 years. For 4
Well,
years.
all I'm saying is
People
people.
have just put everything ahead of them, above them. Well, we want justice for Tylee and JJ. Do you? Do really? I mean, again, people can say the words, but they don't show it in their actions, which is a lot of what I see from this like-minded culture. And it's not everybody. Please don't take what I'm saying and blanket it over everybody that's ignorant, you know? Um, if the shoe fits though, wear it. You know, maybe we all have to do some reflection, some self-reflection. I got to check myself, and I do it quite regularly. I really do try to stay on top of that. And it's important to me because I didn't want to be biased. I didn't want to be cynical. I did not want to be bitter. I just want it to be better. I just want them to acknowledge the problems. And then that way we can fix them just like any other incorporation, institution that let my family through their hands. Okay, just like the same that happened to uh Ruby Frankie's children. Okay? It's not that hard. It's people complicate the world. It's doesn't have to be this hard. So I don't know. I know what I do have to say. I don't like even reading what I read. And I mean, I research everywhere. I have, y'all. Have no idea how much research I have just written, hand, just, I mean, gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs. Okay. I mean, that's just what I could grab. Um, there's so much that I don't know unless somebody has gone through a similar situation and has gone the route that I've gone and, just consumed it straight every day, every waking moment, like I have unhealthily. I want to get to the bottom of it. And I feel like making these connections is the most important thing right now. Because
The
when you
most
figure out,
the most important thing right now is your self-care,
yeah, well,
your self-love, your self-acknowledgement. Those things are important for people that wouldn't be able to spot a narcissist from a mile away because
right,
we don't have that kind of mind.
right. No, no, no. I mean, I have a problem. It's so weird for me to talk about it. I have to push and push and push and push. And but then then I pull myself out of it. I pull me, selfless, pull myself out of the equation. And I say, what about Tylee and JJ? What about Charles? What about Tammy? What about them? Their stories. Nobody has just come right out and said, "Oh, here, you want to know what happened? Let me tell you what happened." Not even that. It's project, deflect, and omit and lie. And just be sure you say that you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and you believe in the Church of Jesus Christ. The church is true. That I'm over it. I'm over it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll answer what you just really blew my mind on that. I want to say this, and I mean this more than anything right now at this crucial moment. Ephesians chapter 5 verses 28 and 29. So husbands ought to love their own wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. For no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as the Lord does the church.
Wow. That's very profound.
And the church being the body of Christ.
Right. It's not an
I
institution.
promise you, there isn't a building on this planet that will ever be able to encompass the thoughts of God. Man's thoughts are not God's thoughts. And I'll tell you what, that's okay if I don't have all the answers.
Right.
I don't want to have all the answers
Me
right now.
neither.
Because you
Might as
know
well,
why? Because
I
when
might
I
as well
go to
die.
heaven, when I go to heaven, y'all, I'm saying it right here on Crush K. Easton's Difficult Research. When I die and I go to heaven, there ain't a question I'm going to even be concerned with. There's not going to be that urge for any kind of apprehensive questions or anything. It's going to be, I am in the presence of God Almighty. Who gives a damn about anything else that had anything to do with anything?
Right. You have no control over it anyways. No point in like fighting or murdering or violence or shunning. That's stupid. That's the stupidest thing ever.
It is stupid because you know why? Because God gives man his own free will. And it's just ridiculous, is it not, that
It
people
is
want
ridiculous.
to veer off down that path?
And
Our
control.
own understanding says, oh, this must be a bunch of psychopaths and mental health nuts and all this other stuff. The bottom line is humanity has a choice at any time, no matter if they suffer from mental illness or anything. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about these years and years and years of research where they talked about people that were in delusions like completely and schizophrenic and all
Yeah,
that.
and I
I
don't think that's
understand
fair.
there are those
But this is
cases.
not the case. This is
It
not
is
the
not at all.
case.
She does have
Her,
mental health issues, and
but
so
not
does the
sometimes.
rest of the damn world.
Mm,
I mean, could you imagine the mind of a child in Africa, which I've seen pictures of, washing their clothes in a mud puddle? What their
mm,
mind must be thinking? And here's this damn woman who
mm.
wants to go around acting like a damn movie star
First world
when there are
problems.
people out here that absolutely are in agony. And all she wants to do is create it.
I
Torture.
know.
Freaking damn sick ass twisted stuff.
I know. It's
It,
it's
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 we
terrible.
have a choice. All of us do.
Choice and a
I don't give a
consequence.
damn what you believe. We all have a choice, even in secular living. We got
Mm,
choices. And if we don't want to acknowledge that we can't take the time to say, okay, I'm fixing to make a decision. Let me just think about this a minute, or at least give it a little time. And if you have to make a quick decision, just really be about yourself and just say, this is my circumstance, this is my situation, and then make a decision. But these people, they created their decisions.
exactly.
They created them.
And I
They
mean, I
wanted
don't
to
I don't
feel
think
that nasty ass shit.
but I think this is what I see. This is how that there's a lot of people who are born into religions who don't know anything different. Just like I didn't know anything different until this happened. Then I was like, "Whoa, okay, there's a whole lot that I don't know." And I was okay over here in my little bubble. But since this happened, it happened. I can't breathe life back into them. I can't bring them back. So I've learned a lot and I'm learning a lot and I'm appreciative of that, I'm humbled by that. The good, the bad, it's part of the journey. It's part of my journey. It's part of your
Well, let's
journey.
let's keep in mind that someone here on chat, Wild Light Art, says people with mental health issues are statistically more likely to be the targets of harm.
Mhm. That sounds right. That checks out. I don't know that, but that sounds right.
Well, it's worth researching.
Definitely. I'll go
Because
down the
I
hole.
don't know. I mean, if this dude is on here talking about endorphins and freaking serotonin and trying to get everybody freaking high on themselves, whatever that means, the bottom
Mhm.
line is if he's doing it, ain't no telling what other kind of shit they're talking about.
Amen.
I
That's
can't
where I'm
say it any
going.
clearer than that.
That's where I've been going with this, and I'm like, I don't want to go there. I'm not there. But
It's like every time, Cresha, I just got to tell you something. If I don't ever tell you anything again, sometimes I listen to some of the
uh-huh.
stuff that you put on here trying to educate us. And I swear to you, after I've listened to it, I want to go take a shower
Right?
because it's just
It's
icky. It's
nasty.
yucky.
It's
And
nasty.
I think people don't want to see anything that's uncomfortable to
It
them.
is uncomfortable. It was, but that's where I go
Difficult.
back. It was uncomfortable for these freaking victims. Okay?
Difficult.
It was difficult. It was uncomfortable. They hated being murdered. They hated being duct taped and jumping out the window and not being fed. They hate the abuse. They just want to be loved. That's all. Even Ruby, she wants to be loved. She just is incapable. Okay? Lori wants to be loved. They're bankrupt. It's depravity. And I don't know how to fix that. I can't fix anybody else anyways,
Well, I'll
but
tell you the bankruptcy we're talking about ain't got nothing to do with
it's
freaking
it's
cash.
moral
It's
bankruptcy.
it's it's like you can't take out a freaking damn one of these deals, these chapter sevens, man, on that
Right.
kind of shit.
No. Somebody pays for it. Somebody, that's a good example. Somebody pays for it somewhere. You file for bankruptcy, you know what I mean? Or you do what Ruby and Jodi have allegedly done. You do what Lori has done. You do these things. Somebody's paying for that bankruptcy, so to speak.
Or that divorce.
Yeah. Just
Or
yeah.
that divorce. Oh, that was an echo.
That was very good. I was like, "You know what? I'll just share I'll just go play it." Because that blew my mind. That blew my mind that you connected that, and I didn't know who you were talking about when you, Sunday, you put elder so and so. I was like, "I don't even know who that is." And, I still don't,
Well,
but
one of your viewers said, he gave the whole expose in the comments. His first, middle, last name. Talked about he passed away in
wow.
2012. Blah blah blah.
Who?
I was impressed though that person took the time to put it in the comments because I sure as hell needed the information. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is this: whatever you have a deep and burning spiritual desire to do is a difference. There's a difference between spiritual and fleshly. The bottom line is that's for you to determine, for you to acknowledge, or for you to say, I'm walking out the door. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and not to do it just because you think you're gonna get rewarded or, you do it because it's just the right thing to do. I mean, don't expect anything in return. If you have no expectations, you don't get let down. I don't know. I'm not a guru, okay? But I
Well, I
know
can
a
tell
little
you
bit.
one thing for sure. On
Mm,
your channel, there are people on here that probably do like the entertainment, but I don't consider it entertainment.
it's
I
not, it's real
consider
life.
it I consider it difficult research.
It is. To the core. Every you listen to a news story, y'all, and every time you will hear they can't get around not saying difficult. I was like, well, ain't that something? It's pretty interesting. And that was on
Or they
accident.
or they use the word certain a lot too.
Hmm.
Certain, CERTAIN, certain.
Now I'll hear it all the time. Stacy Hanlon, you're late. You go sit in the corner. No, I'm just kidding. Comment ça va? Ça va bien, merci et vous? All right. Sorry, somebody
That's
was talking
funny.
some Francais.
Well, I do have this notice of appeal.
So yeah. I haven't
I-
got to read it yet.
Well, I've read it, and it really depends on your chat here. If they want to hear it, I'll do it. If not, I can give the points of it. Either put points or the whole damn thing.
Let's see. If you want to hear Lori Daybell's appeal, it's 5 pages, right? Right?
It's her appeal.
5 pages? think so.
Yeah. How'd you know? But
Because I
the fifth page only has like half the paper. The rest of it is the certificate of service.
Okay, so
So it's
everybody,
really like 4.
if you want to,
Well, if you look
if
at
you-
1 too, it's only got big, like a section of it that needs to be
I've-
read. It ain't like a whole full page, is what I'm saying.
and there's something else I want to share with you guys too after that, and it's gonna piss you off, because that's what. No, it's not, but it's very telling. It's an old filing from April of 2021 that I ran across, and I was like, "What the hell?" So
I'd rather hear you speak about that than this appeal, because the
have her-
appeal ain't going nowhere anyway.
Okay, well, let's see. Let me open it. Oh, I have so many tabs open. My computer's like, "Hey, lady, shut some tabs." Okay, let's see. This is not it. This is it. Okay, let me go and share my screen real quick. Meh. Stop
Can I
screen.
read the first
Mhm.
page?
Oh yeah.
Okay, here it is. Y'all ready? Here's the first page. Notice of appeal. To the above named respondents, State of Idaho, and the party's attorneys, Lindsay A. Blake, Fremont County Prosecuting Attorney, 22 West 1st North Street, Anthony, Idaho, 83445, and Robert H. Wood, Madison County Prosecuting Attorney, 159 East Main Street, Rexburg, Idaho, 83440, and the clerk of the above entitled court. Notice is hereby given that. All right, and there you go. All right, everybody, I want y'all to clap for me now. I just did the first page.
Nancy, it's for the moderators. I just tried typing, but it looks like I did all kinds of other stuff. Anyways, the wrench is for the moderators. It's their tool. So, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
That was the first page.
I didn't get to listen because I was typing. I can't do two things.
You wasn't even listening to me.
I was trying.
Nobody ever listens to me.
I do. I really do.
What is it that I've done? I mean,
I listen to you all the time.
no, everybody else is just like zoned out. They don't care
Mm.
what I got to say, right,
Yeah.
y'all?
But what was it? What was it? I'm watching chat. I'm multitasking too.
Do you want the last 5 letters of the first page?
Yeah. Yes,
It
please.
says, okay, ready? Notice is hereby given that. That's it.
She's a hooker. You already knew that. Tell us something we don't know. Angela says, "Laugh out loud, KJ. Read it again." I want to get it. I'll get it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to rewind or something so I can get it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bewitched. There ain't no damn way that you're saying here. You said, "I love you, KJ." You say what I'm thinking. I'm gonna tell you what. If anybody thought the way I did completely, you
No.
might as well say goodbye and go lay down in a coffin and die, man. Because I'm gonna tell you what, KJ has had enough of this earthly bullshit.
Right? Right.
I'm
No.
kidding, y'all.
Well,
That's a joke.
it is
That's supposed
bullshit.
you were supposed to all scratch your heads and say, "What the hell is she
They
saying?"
did. They were like, they sent a little emoji and they were like, yeah. They were scratching their head. They look like the monkeys, Anyways,
Oh, well, I think I'll remember next time that maybe I
Donna
should behave myself and not
Donna
really
says
go
I
off
was
on the deep
scratching.
end.
Donna said she was scratching.
Uh,
Oh, it was just all the day. Oh, now I feel dumb. Actually, I feel right where I'm supposed to be. Well, thank you. Thank you, Jodi.
you
Oh,
laugh so funny, Crasher.
I know.
You
It's
do.
like,
You laugh. You listen to you.
okay,
You
now you're
laugh so.
making me
Well,
blush.
I laugh, buddy, too.
Oh my gosh.
I'll
You're
tell you,
making me
ain't nothing better than a deep damn
laugh.
gut damn laugh, man. I'm telling you, you let that shit out, you're gonna be like, yes, feels good.
I took a deep breath. So see, there you go. um, I guess it sounds mischievous, huh? It sounds like
T.S. Jackson 72 says I need more info.
we all do. Or less, you know?
Uh,
Let's go back to the days when we didn't have cell phones and stuff. I just had my pager, you know? Anyways, I mean, it was such more simpler time. I'm so glad I've lived in both
well,
eras,
I
you
have an
know?
announcement to make.
Oh shit.
Listen up, announcement. Donna says I got the possum out of the house.
She did too. Damn rodents. Whenever I first talked to her earlier, I
Uh,
heard bang and I was
I'll
like,
tell
"That's
you what,
just
if
a
she got that damn possum out of the house, my life's gonna be going good. Hell, all I got to
possum."
think anytime my shit goes bad and I'm feeling bad and everything, oh well, Donna got the possum out of the house.
Sounds like a Cajun French song we have, you know, is the chicken on the run. You anyway, you had to be there.
I had to
Oh,
be raised in Louisiana, huh?
yeah, the Caribbean. Bewitch says I was an angry young punk rocker fighting against the status quo. That's cool. I liked everybody and I got along with everybody. I still do. I try to. um, really, there was no group. I mean, there was me and my two best friends, and we just kind of we orbited. Actually, now that I think about it,
Well, I'm
but
gonna share a secret with everybody on this channel right now about KJ. I don't
uh,
talk much about myself other than my perspective, and that's all I've got. But one time when I was in 7th grade, I went over my friend Tanya's house and her friend Marsha McElfresh. Yes.
Macklefresh, that is
Yeah,
the
that was
name
her
right there,
name.
bro.
That was her name. We all were hanging out over in Wingate, which is where Tanya and Marsha lived over in that community. They were like so better off than KJ, right? We went over
Eh.
there, man. We got like, I think we had like 2 bottles of Bartle and James.
Oh yeah, I remember them
They
days.
don't even sell them anymore, I don't think. But anyway, it was like a wine cooler, right? But it wasn't
Uh-huh.
no high thing. Anyway, so we ended up drinking it and acting silly. We got on Tanya's dang, uh, we got 2 bicycles and I got on the back of Tanya's, like holding on to the back little pegs and everything.
Oh
We
yeah.
went down to the golf course, y'all. I was in the 7th grade and we hung out on the golf course and like was taking Pop-Tarts out of our purse and lighting them with a lighter. I mean, that
Oh
I
Lord.
kid you not, y'all. We thought we were the coolest women on the planet, but we were nothing but little girls.
Right.
It was so fun.
Hot snot, huh?
It was the one and only time I stayed out all night.
Oh, you were an angel then.
Back in that time when I was young and a minor. It was the only
Yeah.
time, but it was so fun because hell, her parents weren't around. And
Mm.
my mom thought I was spending the night with some good girls over in Wingate. We
Right.
went out there and hung out at the dang golf course overnight, walking around on the golf course and just acting silly and drinking
Mhm.
those Bartles and James wine coolers. There was only 2 of them. Between us 3, we thought
You
we
were
were
drunk.
dang freaking Jack Sparrow drinking on some freaking rum, man. I mean,
That's a
we
good
thought
one.
we were living the high life,
Right.
But
Uh-oh.
anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
My screen went black. Okay. That was good. I got scared when my screen went black. Anyways, I'll tell y'all just a little joke real quick. It's a Boudreaux and Thibodeau joke, okay? Boudreaux and Thibodeau got fired. They go to the unemployment office and Boudreaux goes in first. The man behind the desk says, Mr. Boudreaux, I'm sorry to hear that you lost your job. What did you do for a living? Boudreaux replies, I'm a diesel fitter. The clerk says, okay, diesel fitter is skilled labor, so we can give you $800 a week. Dang. Until you find a new job. Thibodeau goes in next week. I'm sorry. Thibodeau goes in next, and the clerk asks what his job was. And he says, I'm a panty waist sewer. I sewed the waistbands in them women's panties. The clerk says, well, I'm afraid that's unskilled labor, so we're going to give you, we can't give you but $200 a week. As they're walking home, Thibodeau says, I got to find a new job quick, me. That's how Kunasas talk. I got to find me a new job, me. I can't feed all them kids on $200 a week. Boudreaux says, boy, I'll help you out. I'm getting $800 a week, me. Thibodeau runs back to the unemployment office furious. How in the hell you giving Boudreaux $800 a week and I ain't getting but $200? The clerk replies, well, Mr. Boudreaux is a skilled labor. He's a diesel fitter. Oh, shit. Thibodeau says, that ain't no skilled labor. I sewed a waistband in them panties. I hand them to Boudreaux, and he pulls them down over his head and says, oh, yeah, diesel fitter. Anyways, there you go.
That's awful.
I know, I didn't know what the hell. I just Googled that up while you were, I was like, you know what? I need to pull up some Boudreaux and Thibodeau jokes.
Oh my goodness.
That was, but that's how they talk around here.
Well, what do you get? What do you get when you cross a ghost with a bee?
I don't know. Chad Daybell'S spirits.
What do you get when you cross a ghost with a bee? A booby.
Oh, that is good. That's good.
That was stale as week old bread.
Oh, Uncle Charles used to tell me some, and I don't remember because y'all know I suck with the memory here. But it was something like, I don't even know. Something about afraid not. I'm afraid not. You know, that's how it ended. That's all I know. But anyways, but he was so corny, you know, and I am too. And so I like that. I love the Robinette Bannister sent me a whole deck, but they're in my room. But I'll have to bring them in here so I can read them whenever we do these sometimes. But
you know what I want to say right now?
What?
I want to see everyone in the chat put some hearts out for Kresha. Because we love you, Kresha. Come on, everybody.
Do
I
them
know
for
you
them
got
babies.
it in you.
You know, that used to make me feel so good.
Hearts in there.
That always meant so much whenever we would see the purple and the blue hearts. I remember that a lot, you know, and so note to self for anybody else, there's going to be more missing kids. There already has, you know what I mean? This is a problem. And just, I know that it helped me. It lifted me up. It made me feel good. It made me just really feel, what do you call that? I don't know, just full for, you know, a short time. I know they're just hearts and they're in a computer and a phone, but they really do mean a lot. So,
well, Bewitched says all the love in the world for you.
Thank you.
And all these beautiful people out here that's got all these beautiful hearts. Y'all touch my heart. I'm telling you, it's so wonderful to see it. It makes me feel good and gives me hope. I mean, I'm so freaking damn cynical and pessimistic. I can't help it. I'm always critical of everything. And I just want to lighten up. And when I lighten up, it's because I see all these pretty, wonderful, gorgeous, beautiful people. That's so what sweet. I'm talking about.
Thank y'all. I'm getting like teary-eyed. That's so sweet. Thank you. For real. Oh, Barb, thank you. Beach Bomb, thank you. Moonlight View, 1979
It's
ACR.
just so pretty. You got to screenshot some of these. They're so pretty.
KJ, you're talking to the screenshot queen here.
I'm telling you,
I
they need
got
to
'em.
be. They need to be put on your community wall,
Yeah,
and you need to feel the love, Cresha.
I do. That's why I do this.
Community is
Yeah.
very. The community wall is very important to me.
I know, and I used
Even
to
when
be
I
like this
screw
with
up, I
Facebook, but
love the community wall.
it's like I want to have everything. It's a me problem. It's me. It's with me, and it's like if I don't have it all together, like I never do, then I'm like, oh well, wait, I need to get this one thing, and then I can post whatever, and I need to stop that shit because
Well, there are a lot of
it builds a
loving
wall.
people in the world. I know that. And the reason I know that is from my own personal experience. But it's just been confirmed over and over again with all the loving, caring people that I've been able to be introduced to, and knowing you, and
You
hanging
too.
out with you and loving you and your family, and
Yeah,
really, really having a heart as the country girl that I am. I've always
I could see
been a
it.
very loyal person,
Me
but
too.
I'm only a loyal person to my boundaries. I've got them, but I don't tell anybody. I don't allow
Yeah,
anyone else to tell me what my boundaries are. I
right.
know who I am. I don't need nobody telling me how to freaking live my life. I
Right,
have enough faith to know that everyone's going to live to the best of their ability unless they just make a decision not to.
right. I just don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. It's so many labels that separate us and the divisiveness. I don't like it. It's just a
Well,
scary. It's a scary spot.
people choose to be decisive or negative or whatever you want to say because
Mhm,
they don't agree with someone.
mhm.
If
You
you're
gotta
going to
swallow a little
take that
shit.
step forward after disagreeing with somebody, if you're going
Mhm.
to take that step forward and that's going to be the outcome of the disagreement,
Yeah.
then that's on that person.
Right.
We all, I mean, there are a lot of things I don't damn agree with everyone, even
I
my own
yeah.
husband.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't fight about it. We just deal with it,
Move along.
whatever it
Right.
may be, you know.
Oh,
But the bottom line is that everyone should live their life the way they want to, however they see it, whoever they are, whatever
mhm.
their situation. They are the only they're ever going to be, and so they must. And I mean, they must do that for their own happiness. Because if everything's falling down around you, as long as you're staying true to yourself and really you're trying and you're trying to do the right things and all of that, whatever that may be, the bottom line is it'll work out. We weather storms in life all the time. Life sucks
Mhm.
sometimes, but sometimes it's the best damn thing since microwave popcorn.
That's some good stuff. My mom loved popcorn.
I do too. I like that skinny pop.
I
I'm
have
not
not
plugging
tried
them or nothing, but they don't have anything on it.
All
I just
right.
like popcorn. I do.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Um,
I
oh,
guarantee you this: the hussy ain't eating popcorn. She
damn
ain't
right.
sitting in a freaking movie theater, and she sure as hell ain't over there in Hawaii in her freaking turquoise bikini. You know what I'm saying?
This
She
one?
is in a prison cell, and she
This
can
one?
suck it up because the bottom line is what she's sucking ain't gonna be what she used to.
Well, she sucks. Look at her in her little bikini. And then I did make this Seeking Justice Through Understanding and KJ and the Rays. And I'm kind of adapting it, you know? I'm incorporating I think that's the word, incorporating it into everything. But let's see. And do your own damn research. Yeah, oh, I didn't mean to hit that one. Oh, chin. I watched this documentary. Not a doc. It's just I watch anything that had if it's anybody that I run across in the YouTube world that covers the story, then I watch it. I do. I support. And it doesn't matter how well made or how many things they get wrong. That really drives me crazy now. It used to not. But there was this one I watched last night, and she was like, and Chad, oh hell, I always mess things up as far as like repeating things. Anyways, I don't know. Let me just start over. But I'm looking. So, okay. I'm just trying to remember what I was gonna do. I'm thrown off right now. I just it's like I gotta get it out too. So it's not just making it, understandable to everybody, because I don't understand it myself. It helps me get it out, and it's so hard to talk about because it's so outlandish. But you always say truth, logic, common sense, that gut feeling, and yes, even a little psychoanalysis, as we are once again together, you and I, to discuss Chad Daybell and Lori Daybell, right? Oh, page 2. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Moonlight View. But it's that gut feeling. It's that gut feeling. I've tried to dismiss it a lot. Not so much since the murders occurred, but before I always dismissed my gut feeling. I was like, hey, you look like a bad idea. Come here. There goes my eye again, twitching. But
I don't know if there's a such thing as a sixth sense. Some people believe that, others don't. Other people say women's intuition. Many say that, it all has to do with numbers. DJ Norman and others. The bottom line is this: we all make personal decisions about our physical actions and the motives behind them every single day, every second, even when you're asleep, you can't sit there and be thinking about what you're doing. But before you did that, you said, I'm going to sleep. So the bottom line, what I'm trying to say is that everybody has a choice. And the choices that we are seeing in front of us with two separate cases here of Chad and Lori and this freaking Jodi and Ruby there, they can kiss my country ass.
Yeah.
Because that crap ain't supposed to be going on no matter what. That is like society's greatest ills is child murder, child abuse, any kind of negativity toward children. And I thank God that people, for the most part, understand that. But there's these crazy ass people out here that do this stuff. They don't think about what they're doing.
Nope. And then their kids are dancing, and it's a generational thing, and it just repeats, and it's holy crap. And that's why I freaked out from the beginning. I didn't know what this was. I didn't know what I didn't have the words. I still really don't. I'm forming them. But I was like, what about the rest of them? What about the rest of them? What about the rest of them? And
it's all going to come out in the wash, honey. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. If they don't repeat this stuff and end up on the 5 o'clock news, they're going to go off into obscurity because they're going to have to be away from everyone who knows how much of freaking crazy ass they are.
Mm-hmm.
And it is what it is.
Lori cannot do this. She can't put lip gloss on. That makes me feel good.
I guarantee you, Lori's going to be able to taste many flavors of lip gloss when she goes and stays a little while at Pocatello Women's Prison. She's going to get the fruity. She's going to get the more woodsy type. She's going to get the pina colada. She's going to get the freaking dang strawberry patch up of the union. She's going to know what it's all about.
Right.
And she'll make her way and she'll live in prison the rest of her life in a community.
Hey, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was thinking out loud. I mean, but I was watching your live you had earlier, and I want to know the same as you. And I mean, maybe I will need to post this on my community wall. And by that, I mean, Donna, force me as soon as we get off of here, please. But I want to know where everybody else is drawing parallels. I mean, similarities in these cases. Not just this one, but also in Jared Bridegan and um, all the Mormon ones. Okay. Because it's a pattern. And I mean, you'll see it. It's triggering and it's worrisome, and the duct tape thing. And I'm thinking, oh my God, were these kids I'm serious. And it's not my crazy. This is me knowing that Tylee and JJ were murdered the way they were. The indictment stating that it was due to religious beliefs espoused. And then you follow these facts, right? And then yeah, it's not my crazy. However, it killed my family, quite a few of them. And it marked my mom as dark, and it bothers me. And my aunt used my family, my genealogy chart, whatever you call that thing, to rate and whether how stupid it was or how bogus or inaccurate it is. It freaking bothers me. Just like it bothers me knowing that I'm probably baptized there. Bullshit. There's boundaries, spiritual boundaries too, for Christ's sake, like back the truck up. I mean, that's an invasion of, I feel violated. And I know that a lot of people don't get that, but I guess when you take that and you kind of reflect on that, see how you would feel. It's really, really violating.
I'll tell you what, the only thing I can say to what you just said is I try to keep it simple though in my life, and that the simplicity is I hope that the hussy gets their ass kicked in prison. Okay. I
Right.
won't enjoy the fact or anything, but that's what I'm saying.
Stacey Hanlon says we need to take them down. Power of the race. She's gonna start a damn riot. Not here.
No, I don't
Peaceful.
incite violence.
No.
One can only hope. I'm not asking anybody to do anything, but if you put her in the room with me for 5 minutes, isn't that what Larry wanted? Just 5 minutes in the room with her?
Then
He
I
wouldn't
think
have done nothing, I don't think, but he probably
backed it
would have
down.
damn.
He was like, just 2 minutes, just 2 after that. It don't
What
even
I'm
take
saying
that.
is that anything that happens to her that would be bad while she's in prison, she's only got herself to blame. How about that? Does anybody want to take responsibility for their bullshit, crazy ass stuff they do? I don't know. I guess we'll
But I don't
find
want
out. Maybe
kids.
it'll hit the papers
I don't want my
after
family.
Rex and Adam get a hold of it. Maybe they can get some extra clicks there. Maybe they'll come out with the story of Lori. You
Maybe they'll get
never
that
know.
sponsor they were looking for. That I was like, oh yep, here we go. KJ, I'm there, sister. I just don't put it out there because.
Well, I mean, hey, let me just go ahead and let everybody on this channel know right now. The views and opinions of OKJ are not have anything to do with this channel. And if I've offended anybody,
But they do.
I apologize. But the motive was never meant to be that way. I use colorful
No.
language. I might say a
I
few
just
extra
mean that
things.
as a representative of my family, I don't feel comfortable like putting. I don't know. I'm just trying to take the higher road. I have my feelings about them and other people and things, and I'm not. Yeah, trust me, I observe a whole lot, a whole lot. Did you notice Moonlight View? Um, and this is just one of those things that the way that we've heard the Cox family, um, the way that we've heard Shanna Gardner's, Fernandez, they got too many freaking names around here. Okay. Her parents who, stamping up the Mormon millionaires, um, how they dealt with, how they addressed the public, and how Bonnie, the sister of Ruby, addressed the public. It's very, what you doing, girl? Eating your phone? It's very skin deep. It's very me. It's, hey, what are you doing? Drop the damn phone, KJ.
What are you talking about?
We just went on a drum beat session with you or something. What'd you do?
Okay, if
Oh,
you want to know the truth, I ran down the hallway to go grab me a cigarette.
she ran. She ain't gonna run back though.
I'm sorry, you had started talking about Bewitched and what Bewitched said, and I thought you were going to be talking to about that, and I was like, now's the time. If
You
I'm
ain't
ever
gotta
gonna
explain, girl.
get a cigarette, I'm gonna get it right now. It wasn't because I couldn't go back and listen to things that I
Hey,
might
I'm
have
just jealous
missed.
because you ran. You got some exercise in, girl. You got some cardio. I'm gonna have to go do it later.
Well, just call me out, man. Just call me out. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I had to have a
No.
cigarette.
It's fun that we laugh at ourselves though. And that's true, Moonlight. Yes, too similar, and it's like-minded behaviors. I'm telling you, uh, it's very. Oh well, I'm not in there. I'm not in her heart, and I'm not in her mind. Obviously, why don't you tell us something we don't know? Like my thing is, do what you do, but just be genuine about it. Don't be like dabble your toes in it, see if it's safe to come out. Choose the very end of all this turmoil and shit to come out.
Well,
That's very,
I
very
take the opposite
cowardly.
approach. I don't dip my feet to see if it's safe to come out. Everybody better stay the hell away from me. In terms of if somebody wants to cause me harm, but in terms of society and community and all that stuff, I'm all for it, man. I'll do anything for anybody.
Right.
And I have proven that. I've demonstrated it, not so that I could say that.
It's right.
What I'm trying to
You're a
say
woman of
is
your
that
word.
what I am saying is that everybody on some level and in some measurement really does care and love. And that's what I do. I care and I love. And yes, I can be negative. Okay, I admit it.
We all
Sometimes
can.
I mean, I can be those things.
You
And
got to get it out, though. I do too. I do too.
if all it was all about only hearing good in this life
Then we'd
to
be
learn
them.
lessons,
Then we'd
uh,
be them.
that we would be so not filled with wisdom at all. You've got to hear the negative too, even though you don't have to live negatively, but you got to hear negative and positive. You can't just
Right.
hear one side of things and stay stupid and only be around people that think their
Yes,
shit don't
man.
stink.
Yes, man.
You
You
got to
know,
be
yes,
around
man.
people that work their ass off and people that have got different life experiences, and to know that there are people out here in the world I could never measure up to their life experiences.
Right.
Knowing that and being humble enough to admit that and say that's a good thing, that someone
Exactly.
can have some self-care and self-acknowledgement.
Right. That is to me, that's golden. You know what I mean? Like if you can laugh at yourself, if you can, reflect on how you were that day or whatever and just be like, "Oh my God, I was an asshole." And then apologize for it, mean it, and then don't do that shit again. Try not to. Try, I mean, we're not perfect, Hey, Julie, we're not perfect. And so as soon as we accept that, okay, we're not having to prove our worthiness. This institution purports that. And they know the definition of grace, but they don't know how to exhibit it. That is
Well,
the
I'll
most
tell you, how
important
do
thing
you,
that we
how do
can
you,
do as I believe in God. I don't adhere to anything, and I don't have all the words. I don't know a scripture to save my life. Okay. I just know that you do unto others as you want done to you, and exhibiting grace, showing grace, you're showing them. You're not just talking about it. You're showing. And so you lead by example, and that's all you can do. Now, sometimes I nut up. Sometimes I act like that. You remember them PMDD commercials where the lady was like fighting with the damn buggy, trying to get it loose, you know? And I mean, that's why God made me short. I drop every damn thing. Okay. Gravity, always good. I got you, girl. That's what gravity says. And I mean, it is what it is. You just accept it. And then you're like, okay. Oh, thank you, Agnes. Thank you. Right. I mean, they're good to live by. I don't know. I don't have the answers. But, and yeah,
well, yeah,
Candy,
you do. You have the answers to your own life.
that's
Uh,
it.
I mean, you could, and some of those answers that you have in your life are non-answers. You haven't found them yet, but the answer is a non-answer just as much as a non-answer is an
Yes, it
answer.
is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And
Sometimes when we don't know, that answers it. Does that make sense?
oh God, no answer is an answer. When Lori wouldn't say nothing, she said it loud and clear for me. I was like, okay, all right, got you. That's a narcissist. That's a narcissistic thing to do, is to punish people with their silence. You know, that's so mean. You know, I mean, even if there's 3 girlfriends, you know, and they hang out and then 2 don't talk to the one, and I mean, that's shitty. That's so shitty. And we've all done it.
I
We're
just
girls.
remember all of us. I mean, there's a lot of people on this channel, along with you, Kresha, along with myself, that before we found out the factual answer that Lori had narcissistic features, we were all talking about it.
You
We
can see
have
it.
life experience. I mean, we really do. And
I've learned a
sometimes
lot from
life
y'all.
experience, even if it is just researching or
Mhm.
studying a particular topic, we have that life experience. And that is a wonderful thing. It doesn't answer all the questions. And sometimes we're not even interested in the subject matter. The bottom line
Jurisdiction. I'm sorry.
is that this case will go down in infamy. I've done said it. The
Ugh,
FBI is going to study it.
they need to.
Forensic groups are going to study it.
They need to
It's
stop
going to
covering
be
it
in
up.
classrooms all over the United States, as far as I'm concerned. It's going to be something that FBI profilers are going to be talking about
I mean,
in their
yeah,
classroom study.
students and uh, I mean, what? I don't know. I just, I don't know. It's like, how the hell did we get here? Again, I say that a lot because I'm just like, what happened? What? It still just doesn't feel. It just, and then it's been almost. We're over 4 years now. That's a long freaking time, y'all. We've already had, 4 Christmases, birthdays, and what was yesterday? Labor Day. I always get them mixed. Yeah, Labor Day. Um, we've had those. We've had anniversaries. We've had the death anniversaries of all of us. Like people that you guys have lost, people that I've lost. I mean, and I like that we really do bond together. I really do. This is the most beautiful gift that has come from this tragic experience, and I know the things I say are crazy. I know that they're weird and they're uncomfortable, and I'm trying to get comfortable, and it's hard. I don't know how it's going to be received. But it's out there. I didn't make it up, and I mean I don't just orbit to it. I move around, and I really do glean from everything. I really do. I take it in, and I'm like, you know, what's to learn here? And I mean, you can't have that many stories of this kind of, you know, they look, I'm being serious with you all the time, but you know, there's so many of these ritual abuse stories that I just don't have it in me to say, I don't believe you. I know what it's like not to be believed as a victim. And it's very disheartening. It's soul crushing, you know, to never feel like you're heard or acknowledged, and your abuse was not, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, hey, hey y'all, you know what I mean? It's anyways, so who am I to discount what I'm hearing? It's great. It sounds whack to me, and I don't understand it all the way, but I'm still there. And I'm not going, oh, well, you know, I'm not going, who does that? Just leave, you know, don't say nothing. Just, that's how I was raised, you know, can't say anything nice. Don't say nothing at all. And just because you don't understand it, just like me with my ignorant comment, with the cult thing. And I was like, I always forget his name, Charles Manson. And Larry was like, yeah. And I was like, he didn't kill anybody. Okay. And I mean, he didn't, but there's influences that happen. I didn't know that then, but I had to learn. And I learned that by his social cue, which was, oh my God, you know, and I was like, oh, okay. I need to check into that. And I have, and I get it more. I don't ever fully understand it. Yeah. Good example. Look at the Adam Walsh story, how long it took his father's search, but look at what it did for all missing children, including Tylee and JJ. They were in the database, you know. I donate to that charity when I can. But oh yeah, and once I get to 10,000 subscribers, we can start doing fundraisers, which will be fun. Raisers. I think that's a good goal. I did talk to a gentleman the other night. It was interesting. He's a private investigator, and he's been working on the Hamlin case for 22 years. 22 years. And I wrote on his blog or whatever, and I was just like, you know, point blank, just kind of how I felt, how I think, what I think. And we got into contact that night, Friday night. And I mean, he didn't discount me, you know, he didn't make me feel crazy, or because I mean, it's bad enough. I'm like, I gotta formulate the words and make them come out of my mouth, and they come out jumbled up because it's so uncomfortable, but necessary for me, at least. Maybe I can discount, maybe I can deduce it, you know, and move on, but I can't. It leads me more and more that way. And I don't feel like, how can you have this barbaric, you have these mass grave sites of children, you know, over centuries, and that were, you know, sacrificed, and I don't understand it. Never will. But I'll be damned if by me talking about it, because there's actual data out there, there's actual research, there's actual stories, there's real stories. I'm gonna believe the victim over the corporation or the politician, or the one blaming the victim, saying you're mentally ill, you know. That's character assassination. And that man that you read his story earlier, KJ, prime example. You know that Joseph Smith did character assassination?
Well, they've gotten pretty good at it. at least in that one, I mean, I don't, I mean, I'm honestly going to tell you that that's about as intricate of a system. It's
Mhm.
very, very, it's really kind of like there's no transparency.
No,
I
that's
mean, that's the
scary.
only, I mean, I'm trying to put it in a nutshell there.
That that's
There's
the
no
truth.
transparency. And I think for my life, because anyone can believe whatever the hell they want to believe. My life, I don't have a problem at all of talking about how I believe or anything like that. But I don't push it on others, and I
Right.
sure as heck will never say that what I believe that
Thank you.
these people are beneath me or something like that.
Right.
That's crazy.
Bullshit.
That's just, it's so narrow-minded and stupid.
It's ludicrous.
It's stupidity on display for anyone that wants to go there and try to talk down on other people because of what they believe. Is that really the byproduct of what someone believes? The
That's
byproduct of what you believe is bringing other people down? Give me a break.
right.
Who wants that?
Right. Right. And it's not just Mormonism. It's Catholicism. It's in every institution. But this guy you read about who was so degraded, attacked,
And he was a
character.
sexual
He
abuse
lost
victim. He was a
everything.
14-year-old
When you
whistleblower.
I got chills because I, I can't imagine losing everything, fighting against everybody. You know what I mean? Like your entire world's flipped upside down. And and then all of a sudden you're fighting for your freedom because why? Because you blown the whistle. You're a whistleblower for the Boy Scouts of America, which hello, how much did every church have to pay out recently? Have y'all traced on the case? She sent me links and there's like 600 freaking same story, different victims, different victims. It's like a brief summary, and you see the pattern. You see the pattern how they tell the bishop, and it never goes to court. It never goes to police. When it does, it's so extreme, it's so bad. I mean, now you got all these freaking psychopaths who are just
Well,
preying on
look,
children.
hey, all I can say is look at, what's going on with the Catholics, okay? Let's just this goes back, Pressure.
Catholics. I know Catholics aren't as sensitive, and if they
What I'm
are, I'll
saying
fucking
is this goes back to um personal responsibility, uh really understanding your own spirituality and not being I don't know, brainwashed
Oh yeah,
or you know always needing someone else to tell you what to
manipulation.
do. I mean,
It's
if
control.
I want someone else to tell me what to do, I ask God for that. And He might tell me what to do in my everyday living through the Holy Scriptures. That don't mean that OKJ uh, does that all the time. So if I can't even listen to God in my everyday living 100% of the time,
Mhm.
and these people want to leave it up to the other people and not God, you
Mhm.
can imagine how bad that is. And it's playing out in front of everybody in all religions.
Yeah, we're watching it. Yeah, on the big screen. It's nuts. And I mean, that just yeah. We only have control over how we react, how we respond. That is it. If you say something that I don't like, I don't have to react to it. I don't have to say anything. Or I can be an adult and say, the spirit of your grandmother is telling you to stop playing Farmville. I'm joking. You know what I'm saying? That's who what reasoning is that? That doesn't even make sense. How Chad don't have a spine. He couldn't even tell his wife what he really desired or wanted to control. He is a PUSSOY to the nth degree. And Yeah. And he will never get that anymore.
Well, I guarantee you there is, in my belief system, the body of Christ. And how that is defined through Holy Scripture.
Mhm.
That's what I believe. And for my little weak ass mind of a fleshly human that I am,
Hey,
I do what I can do.
that's it.
I stay honest about my beliefs to myself.
Mhm.
I have to.
Because if you don't, then you're lying to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, if not just the beliefs, but just everything. If you say, no, I wasn't mean to my husband, I was not mean yesterday or whatever, then you're not only cheating him and everybody around you, but you're cheating yourself, because then what good is that? What good does that do? But I don't want to be around a bunch of yes men. I like being around diverse people who come from different walks of life, who are just down to earth, good people. And I don't think so. Doesn't DJ Norman? No, he has a Facebook. I know. I haven't got to. I've seen his name.
Let's see. Spooky Micah says, "Do you think Chad told Tammy about his polygamous marriage to Lori?"
No, he's too
I
chicken
don't
shit.
either.
He's too chicken shit.
I'm telling you what, man, he had to snuff her out. He didn't want her to know he was dipping that damn oil stick in the damn black hole there. He didn't want his good, beautiful, caring, loving,
like
career-oriented wife who propped his ass up. He didn't, hell, man, he knew where his bread and butter came from until he decided to cash in on a life insurance.
Hey,
she carried his ass.
Nina,
if it wasn't for her, he'd have never been nothing. How about that?
Amen. Nina Marie says, I feel like something more sinister is happening with the LDS Church than we have any idea of. Listen to what the founder, Jared Lesick from Adventures with Purpose said in his response to his cousin. I heard that, but I'm going to go back and listen just because you mentioned it, and I like getting the full picture. And I don't know. I find it fascinating also. I find it fascinating because it is the same behavior. It's the same response over and over and over again. There's the ones getting abused, and then there's the ones doing the abusing.
Well, I can tell you right now that we can agree and we can disagree at any time. And I'm so thankful that we all have our own voice. When I say that Agnes Lamb said he is an ultimate loser,
He's
a giant douchebag. How about that? How about that, y'all? Agnes Lamb just done slammed the door shut. There you go. There you go.
That's a very poignant. See, I like
and let me repeat that OKJ, her words or anything that I say on this channel do not reflect that of Crush Case and a difficult research.
Let's
make sure to get that clear.
Purposes only. No. Hey, and Donna, look, that's what I've always appreciated about you. I always noticed that, you came from the Jehovah's Witness background, but you were so hungry and curious, and you were here. You were here. And I've really admired that about you. And so if you ever want to talk about that on this channel, feel free. I love learning from other religions, it's fascinating to me, and I don't know quite enough about it. Because it's like the same thing with Catholics, how they get their marriages blessed. That's the same thing. I think it's not the same wording, not the same ceremony. It don't mean that, I don't know, but it means like basically the second anointing over here. And then I'm sure y'all have what do you have in the JW that's super secret, super sacred? Well, there probably is some super secrets that I don't even know, but I can tell some secrets. But what I was thinking is I'm kind of shy about it, so I thought I would like tiptoe and
No.
and do a members only one. And then if I,
Let's see. Yeah.
you
Hey.
know, because as crazy as it is, most of my relatives don't speak to me anyway, but if I made a video and they knew about it, even my mother, 90 years old, might get her stuff back. I don't know. But anyway,
Her and the
I
possum
thought,
gone.
so I thought I would just do a members only and then, but I don't want to, but then we'll do cuts for everybody else or something. But anyway, let me get out of here and let y'all finish
No,
talking.
I mean,
But
but
that's,
for real, you're invite anybody, and I mean, I'm extending that out because I think it's important to talk about. This is how I learn for real. Good night, Carrie Ann. Oh no,
well,
you already did that. Okay, my bad.
KJ,
Clean
they
up
hide
on
the,
clean up
they
on
hide,
L4.
I was
The
just gonna
hell?
say
My
they hide the
brain.
pedophiles so bad too, and that's what my big secret I want to talk about will be.
Well,
How
I can
they
tell
hide the.
you what, Beach Bum said it. Clean up on L4.
Oh yes, ma'am, she's right.
What the
Okay,
hell
I'm
does
gonna
that
back out.
mean? What the hell? What y'all talking code talk? I can bust it. I can break it. Mormon code. I was raised Baptist. There were a lot of secret church related crimes back in the 70s too. And that brings thank you because the satanic panic, there's the Glenn Pace memo. He was don't make me lie, uh, high up in the Church of Jesus Christ. And I mean, of Latter-day Saints. And he did some studies, about the satanic panic, the satanic ritual abuse, and I don't know. It's interesting though. It would be really cool to go over because this is real abuse that's happening, and then because somebody uses a let's say a cross, it's a religious symbol, okay? So that, and I mean, I've read papers from the FBI when they came up with the crime victim unit for SRA, and they can't prove this is a little loophole. There's a fucking loophole. And so basically, if a victim says, yeah, and there were candles, religious candles, like in David Hamblin's case, allegedly, he's using some Native American symbolism, just let's say symbolism. And so you can't prove that person's religion. You can't impugn on it either because that's their First Amendment. So that's how it stays out. You have to separate church and state, right? You have to separate religion from the law. Even though you say you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. I don't really understand. It's like the double speak thing. I don't get double speak. Never have. I'm like, what? But that's how this is staying hush hush, just like everything else that's bad and naughty and horrible. That I mean, that they prey on our children. They prey on the weak and the vulnerable. And yeah, it's disheartening, really. So just because you don't prove that person used uh black magic candles or whatever the hell, I don't know, whatever the freak's into, and you can't prove that it was religious, then therefore that throws out the SRA, the satanic part. So that's when I started saying ritual murder seems a little more acceptable. It's easier for me to even say. So it's existed since the beginning of time. It's not about to stop, especially if we can't even accept it. That's where I'm at. I'm just like, I don't quite understand it, but I'm open to listening, learning. The more you know about
those horrible things, the more you can protect yourself, in my opinion. And I think about those babies' last moments. I think about where the crime scene is. I wonder where that crime scene is. And I'm working on that. So I didn't know there's a way to even go there, but there is. And I'm glad that I was able to talk to that guy the other night. And as soon as DJ, I know Donna told me earlier that he's ready when I am. So I know he had some things going on with his mom, his wife, and the fires. And so, but if he's game, I know, like Donna said, it's like I like to distract myself. So, I'm ready when he is. It's very fascinating, for real, because he proves the ritual murder dates like nobody else, and he can teach us, how to figure those out if anybody's interested. And I it'd be an honor too, because DJ has been around since the beginning of this case. I'd be like, oh Lord, that dude's he's kind of heavy, but I knew he had a story. I'm not going to silence anybody unless they're really assholes, then I'm like, okay, I'm good. But we all have stories. And so every now and then it's good to listen,
Well, I've gotten an earful tonight, and I'm going to just
Yeah.
tell you what, I'm going to go in here and raid the refrigerator because I skipped supper. But I
Oh,
love
yeah.
all of y'all, and
We
I've
love you
really,
too.
really enjoyed being here. I've learned a lot from you, Kresha, and from the people on the live stream.
Y'all
I
need to
just-
go listen to KJ's video. I'm gonna go fetch it. And the Ray. Let's see. I'm so glad you don't archive them anymore. There's so many times I wanted to go back, and then I'm like, God dang it! I thought you deleted them.
I
Every
did
time.
at first. I deleted a lot of them
Oh
completely.
hell, you crazy!
I did it.
I was like,
I had to delete them because I had to prove a point to myself that, no matter what, with anything that I deal with my life, I got to be willing to let it go.
right.
That it's not that important to me.
I
There are
got you.
more things important to me than some videos. I
There you
mean,
go.
that's just the way it is for me. Some people have different
That's
ways of dealing with their life, and hey, more power to them.
you want to
Guess
know that
what?
you
I
can
don't
cut
have
the
to live their
cord.
life, and they ain't got to live my life. So
I like that actually. I kind of wondered like what your reasoning was or how, I knew that it's something to do with yourself. It's like I knew that because you've said that before. But that's very interesting. I like that. Like, hey, I don't have to have that. I can walk away. And I like that.
I have to do that for myself. But I will confess this: there are things that, like, I love to smoke.
Me
I'm just
too.
not willing to walk away from that right
I'm
now.
not
Is
ready
that
yet.
addiction? Is that
No, I'm
addiction
just
to
like
nicotine? Is that habit? Is it
it's just hard
whatever it
headedness.
is? It
Not
suits me.
readiness.
I enjoy a cigarette.
Yeah.
And y'all
I
know
quit all the
how
other
some of
stuff.
y'all know how to.
I quit
I
all
don't
the
like
other
people
stuff.
telling me that it's bad for my health when
I know.
everybody in this freaking world does something that's bad for their health. So I don't need that.
Right.
I say something positive to me. You know what I'm saying? Not
Right.
about my smoking,
Yeah.
but just something else. I mean, let's change the subject. Who is anyone to tell me what I need to be doing and what I don't?
A
I can
plunger.
figure that out for myself
Mhm.
through education, through research, through
When you're damn good whatever.
meditating, praying, doing all those things. I make decisions, and they're my decisions to make. And people can disagree with those. That's their right to do. But
Yeah.
just stay the hell away from me if all you're going to do is point out my faults.
Right.
Not that, I mean, I already know my faults.
I was
I
raised that
already
way too.
understand where I lack.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I'll ever be able to fix it. You know
Ooh.
what I'm saying? But and if I do fix it, it won't be for other people. It'll be for myself, because the things that I need to fix ain't against the law. and also wouldn't
Mhm.
hurt other people.
Right.
Smoking cigarettes might hurt my health,
My
but
dad, my dad used
so
to
is
say
eating too many pieces of cheesecake. So
that's what okay, Linda Olson says, my father used to say everything in moderation, including moderation. I love that. Sometimes you got to do what you like. My dad, my stepdad that raised me, Todd's dad, he would smoke in the car, and I was a kid, right? Which today that would be considered like child abuse or something. Anyways, back then it was just like whatever. But I'd say, "Dad, crack your window," and he would go, "Pack," and he'd say, "It won't crack." My God, yeah, he was an asshole.
I don't think that people should smoke cigarettes around children. I
I get
don't.
that now, but
I
I mean
mean,
back
that's what
then,
happened, me growing up on and off, but it doesn't mean that that's normal for me to smoke around children. I wouldn't do that. I
I
wouldn't smoke around people that felt uncomfortable with me smoking
yeah,
around them. I
I
just
hate the
wouldn't. I've
way
got
I can
enough
smell it.
control
Yeah,
over it. It's not
I can
like I'm
smell it.
freaking damn chain smoking or anything.
Right.
Yes, I smoke a few cigarettes when I have my coffee in the morning, but through the
Mm-mm.
day it ain't like that for me. Hell, I know what kind of cough I got. I got to get rid of that thing. I got to cut back. I got to start taking better care of myself. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, when
I'm
you
going to
when
do
you
it.
start whistling and hearing stuff, you're like, "Oh crap!" You have a whole talk with yourself. I do. I'm like, "Okay, you need to just chill out." But I get it. Sometimes I smoke like a freight train. Some days I can go 3 or 4 days without it, and I'm just like, "Oh, okay, I'm ready for a cigarette." I quit smoking with both my pregnancies. Weird,
I
but
would
it
have to quit drinking coffee and quit having
no.
making love with my husband because those are and eating because of those are my three favorite times to smoke a
Oh
cigarette
god.
after I've had a meal, after sex, and with my coffee in the morning. That's just okay, Jay, though.
Oh
Other
wow.
people, they've got other routines, and maybe their routines are better. And I'm so proud of Donna Donald for going walking and doing all that
Um,
you're doing, Donna Donald. That's
Me
so
too. Call
awesome.
me and we'll walk on the phone or something. I just need yeah, because like Jason used to, he would we'd go do that or whatever, but you know it's just not as mobile
Little
as he
little bronze,
was.
I don't have sex as much as I do smoking cigarettes, okay? I do smoke more cigarettes than I have sex. I mean, like everybody
Uh,
on here really gives a shit.
I like whenever
But
you said about your lingerie. You're like, I'm not getting rid of that. I was like, what? Thanks, KJ.
let's just say that KJ's healthy in many areas of my life. I'm just not healthy when I smoke a cigarette, okay? Can we
Whatever.
I'm
I could
I'm
so
getting real
picture you.
here. I'm getting
I not
real.
in lingerie, and no, because I say move from that subject and just letting that be known. But I could picture you, like Fame, where she sweats and she's wearing that sweater shirt and oh
With the
god,
leg warmers,
yes, I could see you doing like a pose with a cigarette
sitting
hanging out
down
your
in the chair and letting the water
mouth,
go up. Fame, I
with
want to
cigarette
live
hanging out your mouth.
forever.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to fly high. Da,
Oh, that
da,
just
da,
reminded
da,
me of
da, da.
Lori Vallow's dance videos.
People will see me and die.
Right. AI. Well, anyways, and then Jen, she's working on a very detailed, I don't want to say what it is, but well, I can say it has to do with my Uncle Charles's case. So I'm looking forward to whenever she comes out with that. Because she really gravitated to Uncle Charles, and that we bonded over him, and we still do. We all do. I love that, but so I like Jen's insight as well. I like everybody's. It's really cool to balance and to say, "Oh, okay." And then the comments, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. It's all you guys, contribute. So I'm gonna make. What am I gonna make a community post about? I forgot.
Donna Donald's going to remind you, and
Oh,
I want to remind all of you how much I love you all. We'll get back together soon, Rays, if any of the Rays are on here. And Cresha, you have my heart. I love you so much.
love you
I love
too.
all you're doing. I think you're an inspiration.
Mm.
I think you work hard. I think you get your point across time and time again. And
Right.
to all of the people on here that put up with my shit, thank you so much for just
Thanks.
letting me be myself.
Thanks for putting up with our shit. And then, yeah, and I'll go ahead and post those Lori's whatever the hell she's trying to do, you know. I'll post those because there's 5. Yeah, that I will do.
Hey, Crasha,
Yes, ma'am.
I love you and keep on looking.
Love always wins. Good night, y'all. See you next Tuesday. No, see you next time. Oh ho ho ho. See you next time. That's a CUNT every time. Okay.